Okay.
But I plan to.
Okay, let's see how the session goes. I'm going to present some basics of, very basics of Ruby programming language, which are like intended to start working on Rails. Rails is a web application development framework. So before going further to Rails, we know Rails has been written in Ruby. So before starting the Rails things, anyone should know basics of Ruby. I'm just presenting. If anyone of you wishes to continue with Rails, you can just go on. So let's see what we have in Ruby programming language. Just a brief description. I am associated with the company Vinayak Solutions. My name is Sur. Email is sur.next and I blog on http://expressica.com.
The introduction is incomplete. Should I add to that?
Yeah.
Okay. Of all the Rails developers in the world, there is a competition going on which is called Hackfest, Ruby Hackfest. Sur won that in August. He is the August Hackfest winner. So that means in August he had contributed the maximum number of patches to Rails which were incorporated into core Rails framework.
Rails is like open source framework, and every open source thing bugs are all over the world, everywhere, pushing the new bugs, and there are very less contributors to the Rails who are actually writing the patch for that bugs. So they are organizing event called Rails Hackfest. So anyone if submitted patch gets some points, and after all the whole month. Vicos. Okay. So before going into the details of Ruby programming, just for the awareness, who should use Ruby and Rails. First is product-based startups. If you have a startup or if you are planning to have a startup and you are launching a product, so the idea is timeline is very essential in the product, launching a product. So Rails gives you a very fast kickstart development, and you can just launch your basic product with the initial few features just in 15 and 20 days. So very fast application development is there in Ruby on Rails. Next is service-based startups. There is a huge business residing there in Rails if you have a solid grip on Ruby on Rails. A lot of projects are waiting because very few programmers are there in Ruby on Rails. Geeks. Ruby is most geekiest language I have ever came across. You just got to know how it is. Sysadmins. The scripting, the system administrators used to write scripts in Perl scripting or Bash scripting. If I compare scripting in Bash or SH or any other shell scripting language with Ruby scripting, the Ruby scripting in front of Ruby scripting, you can say that Bash scripting is Stone Age scripting. It's so much fast and so much easier to do in Ruby. Students, it is highly recommended for students who are undergraduates or in schools to do this Ruby and Ruby on Rails stuff because there are a lot of jobs awaiting, and the community is growing a lot with very great speed. So if there is need of 1,000 programmers, there are only currently 10 to 15 developers available. So very bright future ahead.
This is a programming language for the web, or is it for offline programming?
It is
general purpose programming.
Full object-oriented programming. Rails is framework built on that programming language.
Okay, I have a question. You said it is the most geekiest language you have come across. So geeky in what sense?
How do you define geek?
Well, geek has lots of meaning. I would like to know you.
How do you define a programming geek?
I want to know your opinion, basically.
Who has a thing with which he can play around, and in the least possible time he can just develop a very beautiful, very lovable thing. Well, the 4-5 lines of code giving you the same which another language is giving you 50-60 lines of code.
Okay, there's another meaning to geeky, wow, what a magic. I don't want that in my language.
Yeah.
I don't want that in my language. What a magic. I don't want this word magic in my language. It is sometimes confusing, na? You don't know what's happening, certain magical things
in
happening.
Ruby it's the language with least surprises.
That's my point.
Yeah, exactly. Whichever you are thinking, like there is a function with this name, you are just trying, and it's like there already. You need not refine. So I'm just going with all the things of Ruby programming. Next thing is just for the business again, who is doing Ruby and Ruby on Rails. A lot of big organizations have already adopted Ruby on Rails. You can see here Amazon, Cisco System, NASA, Oracle, a lot of big organizations. It's not just now a tool for just 2 or 3 guys startup company just going on Ruby on Rails. Very big things are going to happen in Ruby on Rails and already happened. So let's start programming Ruby. I'm going to present some live coding here with classes, modules, and each and everything functions. Not just the slides are very blank and just they're intuitive of the titles, but I'm going to present. So Ruby syntax. Let's see how the functions, classes, modules, and extensions works in Ruby. In the existing class. So any existing class can be overridden in Ruby.
This is not overriding, this is like extending.
Extending and overriding also. You can just redefine this method, and that time that the latest definition will be used.
Is it a kind of that inheritance thing? Does it inherit from the class? Or
This is not inheritance.
You can reopen class.
You can reopen the class.
You are not inheriting from string, you are reopening the string class.
And pushing the methods into it.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. If I just redefine the existing method, like we have.
This is only for this particular instance of the IRV?
Yeah.